Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, fam. It is good to be with you guys again. Another episode of a Brown King production. It is truly my pleasure to be here with you guys today. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. I think this is the first Sunday. Yeah, first Sunday of the month of March. So it is an amazing day. We're having some amazing weather here in Columbus. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are listening to this podcast episode in a great headspace, good heart space, good self space. So thank you guys for tuning in again. I am Nathaniel Thomas Fort, the owner and creator of this podcast. It is good to be here today. Health wise, I'm doing really good today. I have just been resting and chilling today. I love Sundays because it gives me an opportunity to just do that, to regroup, plan, think, spend some time with the family. And main thing is rest and meditate and be ready for the upcoming week that is coming up for me. It felt really good last evening. I had to go check on my friends, best friends, dogs, and spend some time with them last night. It was around about 6:30 to about 8 o'clock. I was just outside with the dogs, walking down, looking at the stars, feeling one with nature, smelling all the amazing aromas. Even though I have really bad allergies and asthmas, I was outside with the dogs having a great time with them. And they're two big pit bulls, and one is running me one way, the other is got me going the other way. So I love it because it gives me the opportunity to get out of my normal everyday life and go outside and help a friend that I love and be there with the dogs and all that great stuff. So it was fun last night. You probably kind of hear me a little stuffy right now because, like I said, I was outside. The trees are blooming, the pollen is everywhere, and I still enjoyed it. Even though I pay for it later, we have to have the inhaler, the Flonase, and the asthma pump and all that stuff, and take the allergy medication. Anytime I get to spend outside with Mother Nature, I run for it. That's the kid in me going outside, spending time. And as I tell you guys in my other podcast, that's me de-stressing and dealing with my anxiety and all that stuff. So I love doing it. It was thoroughly fun being out there with them. And they some big goofballs. I'm out there with them rolling around in the grass, just being a child. So anytime as an adult we get to do that, it is amazing. It is truly amazing because our lives can be so complicated, so stressful, so in demand, so 1 minute the highest highs, the lowest lows. So if you get the chance to do that, take that time to be silly, to be a kid again. And for me, as long as I keep that, I'm good. I'm good. But it is a great day to be with you guys. Something I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, and something I was thinking about what I was going to talk to you guys about, just more behind the scenes with me. Whenever I come and talk to you guys about something, please know it's just not something whimsical. I actually take time and plan this stuff out and write in my book and come up with great topics, or reach out to some of the people that are close to me and ask them about things. What do they think about? What are their mind? What do they see? What do they think there are things that I need to bring attention to or have conversations about? And please know all these conversations and topics, there are moving parts. There's something that is going to affect all of us at some point in time, or something that we're actually dealing with. Now for me, as I've shared with you, this is something therapeutic for me. To another way of therapy for myself, to getting it off my head, getting it out of my head, off my heart, and just putting it out there and letting you know what I think about things. I think there's a lot of stuff being said. There's not a lot being done. I still think in our community, and when I say our community, globally, and then in our small everyday, in our walls and apartments and condos and homes and stuff like that. These are things that we are all dealing with at some point, some shape or fashion. I'm just someone that is using a podcast on my episodes as a way of talking to it. Like I said, this is therapeutic for me because I don't want to hold all this stuff in, or what I think about things. And I'm not saying my opinions are law. I'm not saying that I know it all and it should be listened to and put in a mantra and made it more something you do on a daily basis. This is just my point of view. And if you don't want to listen to my point of view and don't want to hear it, you can always change the channel or listen to another podcast or hit the little X in the far right box or pass on. But it's just another point of view, a different way of looking at things. And that's what I hope this can be for everyone. It's just, you knowing that you're not the only one that feel, think, and are going through what you're going through. And that's what leads me to the topic of today. I really wanted to spend some time just encouraging you guys, uplifting you guys, motivating you guys, because I don't know about you, I need that on a daily basis. I gotta have that. I have my people, my peeps, my fam that are close to me. Like, let me give you some example. My creator, my God, is the first person that I talk and have my relationships with it. And I'm sure I gets on his or her nerves with all of my crazy, but I love it. I have that support system. My mom, myself, my husband, my sister, my brother, my best friend. Those are people that are real close to me that keep me uplifted and motivated and wanting to go on and wanting to fight another day. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. It's hard sometimes being us. It's hard sometimes being me. There are times when I feel like, can I do this? Do I have it in me to push and fight another day? Why do I have to be the person who always speak out? Why do I have to be the person that have to be the leader? Why do I have to be the person at the table that stands up for the underdog or the less fortunate or the disenfranchised or the ones that are not getting and able to do the things that we do? Why do I have to be the person to stand up and speak for them? That's my lot in life. That is the role that I have on this earth, is to be that person. Because I remember times when I was not at the table, not in the room, not thought of, not the first one picked, the second or the third. I was that person at one point in time. And I always had told myself that, you know something, Nate, it may not be your day today, but there's another day coming. What you have to do is make sure that you're ready for the occasion at all times. Make sure you have the right outfit, the right mindset, the right skill set, and able to not just do the job or the task that needs to be done, but able to make it through the long haul. Those are the conversations that I had to myself, and I still have them to this day. There's conversations and rooms that I want to be in, but I have to understand that my time is not God's time. My time is not the universe time. What I've learned is you have to make the room. You have to make the table. You have to build the fort. You got to lay the ground. You got to lay the foundation for yourself to have the room to be able to do what you need to do, to be able to be in the right environment. If you're sitting there waiting for it to happen, it ain't gonna happen. But if you go out and start seizing the moment, making the things happen. And what I was thinking about is, how do I motivate myself? How do I keep myself motivated? There's one thing to have a dream, a plan, an expectation, a desire. But it takes taking that idea, that dream, that desire, putting it to paper, formulating a plan. What I'm talking about is when the dream needs action. What you do with that action, what you create, then you got to have that hustle, that can do, will do, I'm going to make it happen attitude. Those action things, those beliefs, those desires is what takes that dream into your reality. A lot of things that I have in my life, a lot of them, it was literally me asking God for the strength and the courage and the desire to make those things happen. Because if I would have sat there and waited for somebody to come along and make a table, make a spot, give me the opportunity, bless me to go on and do it, I would still be waiting today. I will still be waiting today. So if you want to understand what is motivation, how do I inspire myself, how do I encourage myself, first I start thinking, putting it to paper. This is something that I'm working on right now. I'm just going to show you one of my mini journals that I have. If you guys are able to see the podcast, you see me having a book with paper coming out and highlighted and notes and little post-it clips and things that I've added to it. You got to take that dream and give that dream some fingers, some hands, some arms, some legs, some gut, some pushing it to make it happen. Because what I've seen is there's been situations, many situations that I've been in that literally I have been in it and I'm like, wow. And even when I get the opportunity or have the dream, I'm constantly talking to my creator, my God, my first husband. And I'm asking him like, wow, can I do this? If you just give me strength, if you just keep me up, if you keep me going, I can do something with this. I can turn this dream into a lick and this lick into a fight and this fight into something that not only is going to help me, but be able to help others. Because that's the way I think. I don't sit there and think about, what am I going to do for me? I'm thinking about what kind of lasting impression can I leave in this situation that God has given me the ability to put life in and be able to make something happen in, not only for myself, but for others. And what is the legacy I want to leave from this? When I step back from all of this that has happened and all that I've done, what is going to be the legacy? How is it going to help this environment or shape it? I will tell you this, and this is not me bragging. This is truly God working in me, through me. Anything that I put my breath, my fingers, my hands, my toes in, my heart in, my sweat, my tears, my fight, my gumption, my able to no matter what, when everybody else has said I'm done with it, I hung in there. When it was all said and done and I moved on to the next task, they always said, where's Nathaniel? I wish Nathaniel was still here. You remember when Nathaniel did this? You remember when everybody thought it was done. We were all sick and tired. Nathaniel was like, let's keep on going. No matter what, we're going to start the same way we finish, strong. And that's everything that I do. But when it comes to those situations, those individuals, those relationships, those tasks, those jobs, those proposals, those conference calls, those roundtable meetings, those getting out to meeting people and connecting with the public, finding the workers to get it done, finding the workers to keep them staffed and keep them wanting to go. It really started with a prayer for me. God had I've always prayed that he used me as an instrument, that he used me as a tool to be able to show others that what is possible, what could be, what we can have, how we can change this. Because let me tell you something, this world, if you allow it, it can be very black and white. Meaning, if you want to be one of those individuals that want to go along and get along, you will be great, good. That has never been me. If I'm sitting at a table or I have an opportunity, I just don't want it to be something that can benefit me. I want to look around and see people that don't look like me or that don't talk like me from different walks of life. So if it was good enough for me, it would be hopefully good enough for them as well. Because I like to stir things up. I like for us to think of things, how can we do things in different ways? I like to encourage and foster an environment where there's room for everyone. Their point of view, the way that they do things is welcome. Just because you have a blueprint doesn't mean that you can't do it a different way in shorter, quicker, faster time. That's just the way I think as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a person who enjoys hearing from people and what they do. I mean, I think about it like this. There's different ways, like if you love chicken, there's so many different ways to make chicken, to cook it. I mean, so many different styles. Doesn't say that the way that I cook it is better than the way that you cook it. It is still chicken. The subject is still chicken. and just how it's being cooked, how it's being utilized, how is it being eaten to feed us, to take care of us. I just love to be in an environment where there's inclusion, where there's so many different ways of doing it. Because to me, that is the true representation of what we should be and who we should be in this world. Is fostering all of those different environments, all of those different cultures, all of those different ways of just enjoying chicken. That's just me using that as an example. And when I go into something and I don't see that, I don't last there long. Or better yet, I change it. I start bringing people in, different people from different walks of life. I want to see how they cook their chicken because I don't know about you, I love food. I get tired of eating the same baked chicken every chance I have it. So I want some different versions of the chicken, different styles to make me want to enjoy it and eat it different ways. I love that. I love seeing different people come to a brand, a company, a task, a project, and be able to all make it something unique, amazing, fabulous, colorful, stylish. I love that. So in everything I do, I think like that, especially when it comes to motivating myself. And I always think about this. I am, it was four of us growing up, me, my brother, and my two sisters. It was my older sister, myself, my younger brother, and my younger sister. I kind of had to watch out for everybody. Me being the oldest boy, I kind of had to watch out for everybody. I was like in the middle. So I had to make sure that all of my siblings was on point and doing what they need to do. And when they wouldn't, I had to get them in line and hold them accountable. I've always been this person from day one. My mom put it in me that way. She said, doesn't matter what your brother and sister do, you're responsible for them. You are responsible for them. And even to this day, we kind of still function that way. It's funny. My older sister, she talks to me and talk like I'm her older brother. But that's the respect that she gives me. We've had that from day one. And vice versa for her. Like her being the oldest sibling out of us, I always make sure that I get her point of view, how she feel and what she think about something, because it's giving her respect to who she is, her place in the family. But yeah, I've always been that one that no matter what, people have always looked for me for encouraging and uplifting. And that's why I really started this podcast, because I felt like there's so many things that are going on in this world. But when it comes to men and men encouraging each other, and not just men encouraging each other, just us encouraging each other as a people, there wasn't a lot of that. I felt like it was a gap. It was something that was needed. We were quick to sit there and call people out and hold people accountable, but we were not there to help encourage people, to let them know that, you know something? It does not matter where you are. It does not matter what type of education you have. It does not matter what mistakes you made in the past. There's still some goodness in you. There's still some amazing things that you have inside of you. And if you don't let those things out, we don't get to see all that you are. We are all some amazing individuals, some amazing creatures, fearfully and wonderfully made. There are things that I read about us every day as a people, and I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I was just reading earlier, I can't think of the amazing lady name that made it possible for me to be able to be on TikTok, Zoom, Facebook, WebX, Skype. She made it possible for us to be able to be on video chat. And I think she works for Google, if I'm not wrong. And I will find the article that I read on her and bring that back to you guys and announce her name, because it needs to be brought up. That she allowed us to have an African-American lady, black lady, that brought it out for us to be able to do what we're doing, what I'm doing right now. It is amazing. All the things that we have came up with and did and brought for us to be able to utilize and use today. So us being able to do these video chat started by someone creating it, and she owns almost close to about 200 different patents on that. I find that amazing. The things that we can create and do. I love that. It gives me goose pimples. Like my arms are getting all excited and stuff about it now because it lets me know that if she did that, what I could do if I put my heart and my brain and 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 ask my God for strength for me to be able to do it. It amazes me. It just I'm like, wow, what we can do when we put our mind to it. But it starts with a thought, starts with some conviction, start with us knowing that we got to take that from a dream to an idea, and we got to bring the action with it. We got to have some collaborations because we're going to need some help. You can't do it all by yourself. You're going to have a list, need some help, some expertise, even some people to help you be the fingers and the toes and the hands to do it. But people, I want to let you know that anything that we think of can be done if we just simply take the time, believe in ourselves, and stop waiting for others to come and bless it, bring money to support it, be the muscle behind it. You got to be the fierce leader that you need to be to bring that dream to reality. I love being around people, I love being around people that have an idea, a formulated idea, and want to do something with it. I want to be in the beginning process or in the middle of it or just there to help encourage you to keep going, keep doing it, don't give up. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing. Because we got to look at in the world that we have today, we are living and using others' dreams and resources to do what we do on a daily basis. Like I said, I'm doing my podcast, but if this amazing lady didn't make it possible for us to use video chat, meetings to be able to do it, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't. Okay, this is my sparkling water. Pretty good. Love this stuff. Love this stuff. I drink a lot of liquids. A lot of liquids. I from teas to sodas. I try to keep the sodas down to a minimum, but you know, I still drink my sodas. I mean, teas, hot tea, cold tea, water, any kind of water, sparkling water. I love it. I love my bladders be working. It works because I love drinking water, just juices and liquids and stuff. I think I drink more liquids than I should because I eat, but I snack a lot. But I love drinking water. I'm always, with the allergies and asthma and all that stuff, I have to drink a lot of liquids. That's just me. So back to what I was saying, the things that we're enjoying today, the blessings that we're enjoying today, if those courageous individuals didn't take the time to formulate that and bring that to us, we wouldn't have anything. We wouldn't. Think about during COVID when everybody was locked at home, couldn't go out, couldn't do anything. There was school. Kids had school online through video chat, through conferencing. We worked. The government even had people at home working. So we utilized a lot of that. But what I want you to think about is, what if those inventors, those entrepreneurs didn't do what they did? Where would we be? The chair that I'm sitting in, the toilet that we use, the microwave, all of that stuff was created and made by somebody else for us to be able to enjoy today. But I want to challenge us. That got us through, and that's still getting us through, but we're going to need something else for the future. What are we going to do? Where are those inventors, those black hairstylists, and, you know, shaving of the heads and the facial products that we use on our face? And if you guys are looking, I will tell you, I don't wear, somebody asked me what foundation I use. I don't wear makeup. I have in the past when I worked in the cosmetic industry, but I don't use it. Like I said, I drink a lot of water. Like in our refrigerator, we have literally two Brita pitchers. We have, even the dogs drink bottled water. We have, I'm trying to tell you what else we got, 2 Brita filters, bottles of waters like this. We do have some sodas, orange juices, period. I do a lot of shakes, like love my shakes. Like, has everything in it, all the protein and stuff that I can get into a shake. I will, if I can blend it up and juice it, I'll drink it. So that is what is giving that skin the glow that you see. No makeup, no foundation. I don't knock anybody that wears it. That you do what you got to do. And even filters. If you see me anywhere on social media, I'm anti-filter. I want you to see my face. If you see me online or on TikTok, on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, when you meet me, or if you meet me, if you see me, I want you to be able to say, wow, he looks the same. I don't wear any of that. The only thing I do is my nails are painted. Now I do wash my face and and put alcohol on it. I actually do put alcohol on my face. Yes, I have like really oily skin, so it helps kind of clean that out. And then I put a SPF 30 on my face, whether I'm going outside or not. Those are the things I do. And I'm gonna tell you something I use on my face. It's gonna flip you guys out. I'm going off the subject a little bit, but once again, this is gonna help somebody. I had a cancer scare and some years ago. They didn't know what was going on with my skin. So the skin that you see me have now, that is coming from the result of a lot of, it was medication. I had to take medication, oral medication, and they had to do some creams and stuff on me. Creams that burnt my skin, creams that was very painful to put on. Like you're seeing my skin now, like if you're able to see the video podcast, you can see my skin. That came from, it was about it was longer than that. About 7 years ago when I lived in Birmingham, Alabama, and I was working in retail at the height of my retail career in corporate America. I was based in Birmingham, but I was traveling all over the country, opening up different stores for this brand. So I was in different hotels. I wasn't able to show my skin. I wore like black turtlenecks, sweaters from like here all the way down, because my skin was looking like it looked like a waffle. Like if you know what, the waffles that we eat, my skin was just raised like 3D kind of, it looked like somebody burned it. It was all over my body. It was a very hard, traumatic time, and I went through it by myself. Looking back at it now, it wasn't very smart, but I went through it by myself. That time frame of 3 years, I went to close to about 30 different doctors. They were trying to figure out what was going on with my skin, and why it looked the way it looked, waffled and raised and stuff. There was one product a doctor told me to use. I couldn't take hot showers. I had to take like lukewarm showers for like 3 years. They told me to use Dove antibacterial body soap on my skin. It was gentle enough to clean. It was good enough to clean, but gentle enough not to irritate the skin. It didn't hurt. It was just uncomfortable. I couldn't wear tight fitting clothes. I had to wear baggy clothes. I wouldn't let anyone touch me or any of that, because we didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. And it was even on my face. It was like from face all the way down. So they told me to use this Dow antibacterial on my face, on my body. Now it's changed. It has marula oil in it, which is really good because it moisturizes. So I use that to wash my face and clean my face, body, all of that. And then I started using like rubbing alcohol, the 90-something%, get the spray kind, and I just spray it all over my face. And then I let that dry, and I follow up with a SPF. I can't think of the name of the brand, but you can get it from Walmart. It has an SPF in it, and I use that on my skin. So that and drinking water and taking a lot of vitamins and supplements and smoothie, this is what gives you what you see right now. But please know, I want to teach you guys something. When you see people, you don't really know their story. You see the outcome, or you see the level that they're on now, but you don't know what they had to go through. And I'm trying not to get teary-eyed, because I remember when I was going through that, I said, God, whatever it is, just give me the strength, to make it through. Just give me the strength. I didn't know what it was. I couldn't talk to my mom about it. Couldn't talk to my dad about it. I mean, it even went as far as they had to go and really do the geneo of my family, my heritage, and see, what percentage of black, um, or others that was in my that made up who I am. So they went through and found that out, and I had to pay for it. Like I said, I had really good insurance at that time because literally I had to go to doctors and being in a room when you're standing up like this, butt booty ball naked, and you got doctors trying to figure out what the hell is going on with you. What is this? This is a black man. I was in my 30s, and his body just looked like somebody just threw hot grease on all over my body. And I worked top performer at work. I had an amazing staff of ladies working for me. I worked for a ladies boutique. I was opening stores, commanding teams of 80 and 100 people, project manager, opened a store, trained the staff, went and looked at the store like wherever they say, okay, we're gonna put a store in Timbuktu. They will put me on the ground 6 months before the store is slated to open. I will have to start the store, get everything done, have the store ready, do the grand opening, and then once the grand opening happening, 3 hours after that, I'm literally on a plane getting back to where I was going next. And going through all of this at that time. So God can still use you even when you're at your worst. Even when you're at your worst. I had all of that going on and I was still functioning. My parents didn't know anything. My siblings didn't know anything. Nobody knew what I was going through, and I told nobody. My boss, she saw it, and she was concerned. And she was there. She was the one person I remember talking to about it the most. And she was like a white lady. She was my boss. She's like, I'm so worried about you. I literally remember me and her were doing a touch base in person, and she put her hand on me. And I had a sweat, I wore black sweaters. I wore pretty much black all day. And you guys, some of you guys know when you're in high-end retail, you wear black. It's just black looks better. It's something about black. Black all by itself is just amazing. A luxury. But I wore black, and then she was concerned because she was like, oh my gosh. She said, is something wrong? It literally looked like I'm allergic to bees. It looked like I got stung by a couple bees and my body just went into chemical reaction mode. But I was doing what I had to do. I was living. I was taking care of myself and helping others. I just remember at the worst of it, she touched me and she said, I'm worried. I'm concerned about you. I'm really worried. And I said, I'm okay. I'm okay. I got to keep moving. And if you get to know me or know anything about me, even through my worst situations in life, I kept moving. I kept moving because the movement let me know I was still alive. Movement gave me the ability to keep going and the belief to know that today may not be a good day, but tomorrow may be something completely different. I didn't give up. I didn't sit there in my situation and allow it to get the best of me. I kept moving. I took no time off work. I kept working. My doctor's appointments were on the days that I were off, even though the doctors didn't understand what was going on. Even though here I am today, I still have they had to do a skin graft where they had to take a chunk of my skin out and, cut it and study it and whatnot. They still came up with nothing. They still didn't know what was wrong. And just as so I went through that for about 3-4 years of my life, all of a sudden, mysteriously, it started clearing up. But I used those products then, and I still use them now. That was the point of this story. And also that even through my worst situation, God still had a need for me to keep doing what I was doing. So when you think about motivation, when you think about inspiring yourself, encouraging yourself, my best thing that I can tell you is to do is keep moving. No matter what it looks like, no matter if everybody think you're crazy or child, you just extra, you're doing too much. Why can't you just go with the status quo? You know in your heart that what you want to do, that idea that you have, that book that you want to write, that company you want to start, that wig that you want to create, that style of cutting hair that you want to teach and do, whatever the dream is, whatever it is, you have to believe in yourself, because no one else is going to believe and fight for you and encourage you and motivate you the way that you're going to have to do it for yourself. Even through that toughest time of my life, when I was going through the skin issues, I say cancer because they did treat it like cancer. The medication and things that they gave me, they were hard. They were tough. Hair fell out. Didn't want to eat anything. They treated it in the worst form of a cancer. And I'm like, how am I dealing with this? When did black people start getting skin cancer? Well, when they went and pulled up my family tree and got to studying it, I wasn't all the black I thought I was, if you know what I mean. I was like, I got what percentage? Not saying that I was like, oh, that can't be right. I didn't know. And once they started asking questions, and you know how doctors and scientists, and when they get to studying things, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep following the data until it takes them somewhere. I found out, and I shared that with my mom and my family. I was like, you guys need to pay for that test and see, what percentage of African American, European, Indian, all of that. I found out, and I keep that close to me. Now, I'm sharing that with you guys, but I'm not telling the percentage because that's none of your business. But just know that here in these United States, there's nobody that is 100% anything. We all some mutts. And I'm just saying that loosely, but we all some mutts. We all Heinz 57 sauce. There's no true 100% this or that, okay? We're all a melting pot of everything. And that's what makes us so amazing to me. With us being a melting pot of all these different cultures and experiences, why are we so hesitant to understand, love, and appreciate them? That baffles me. But my mom always taught me something. Sin has a way of making you feel like you're the only one. And it's so not the truth. There's so much in us that we don't even know, but we do need to check out our family trees. We do. And when it comes to motivating yourself, let me tell you something. Me doing what I'm doing right now, it started with a vision. It started with someone that was a viewer of my YouTube show saying, oh my God, you are dropping some good stuff. I love you, brother. Thank you for being that positive light in this world where you don't see it a lot. I mean, I can be up here flexing my muscles, taking my wee out shirt off and showing you all my pecs and my flat stomach and all that stuff, or up in here in a thong. I can do all that. I got the body. I'm here to do that. Please, y'all, don't let this fool you. This body's banging. That's just not me. That's just not me. I keep that for my husband. I want him to see all that work that I put in this temple. This is our temple. What we put in it is what's gonna show. So if you're putting in foul, nasty stuff in your mouth and nasty habits, it's gonna show. I tried to put the best in my temple because I know I only get one body. I got one, but this is my temple. I can go and get, some surgeries and tweaks and stuff and all that done, but still, we get one body. And if we damage this body and don't take care of this body, we ain't gonna get another one. I'm just gonna tell you, I ain't never seen nobody be able to upgrade to a whole new body. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, these amazing surgeries here in Atlanta can make you feel like you can go in looking like Oompa Loompa and come out looking like a Sports Illustrated model. But I'm old school. I believe in doing the herbal stuff, the natural way of doing things. The hard work pays off. But you are your best resource. You are your biggest brand. If you want someone to invest in you, start by investing in yourself. That's why I say motivating yourself, do the work, do the writing, do the studying, do the analyzing. Understand that you're going to walk a road by yourself, because there's not going to be a lot of people that's going to believe in you. There's not going to be a lot of people supporting you. You got to be willing to do it on your own and be okay doing it. Now, the people going to come. The fans are going to come. The haters are going to come. You just got to make sure that you're ready for all of that. And if you are, that is what sets you apart from someone that is just sucking up air and somebody that's making a contribution to this world, the human race, as I call it. Because at the end of the day, last time I checked, there was no superior race. It was only the human race. And we have to love and appreciate all that it entails in us. Even the person that you think I may not like, I gotta love that person because they are human. Now, we may do some messed up stuff and have some messed up beliefs and speak some crazy mess, but I still gotta love them, whether I want to or not. And guys, as this shirt is saying, we out by Harriet Tubman. I thank you guys for listening to me always. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Share it with a friend. If you're driving on the road, listening to it, thank you. If you're sitting at home cleaning your house and listening to it, thank you to all of my fans in all parts of the world. And yes, I can say the world now because I have people that are listening to my podcast all over the world. That is truly amazing, and I thank God for that, because it shows that little old me, now I say little old me, but I really do mean little old me, have something to say that would touch anybody everywhere. I have people like everyday people like myself listening, and I have royalty that is also listening. I thank them. I thank you, because all of us are in this together. All of us. And please know, if you ever need encouraging and uplifting and someone to keep it real with you, someone to laugh with you, please reach out to me. I would love to. This is what I do. This is why I'm on this earth. I have pushed some amazing people to do some things that they never thought they could do. I love it. It's fun to me. As I'm sitting here talking, my phone is going off. And I'm laughing because some people, like my loved ones, my ride or die, I've shared some information with them. If I know you and if I got something that can help you, bless you, I'm that type of person that will send it out there. I'm not a gatekeeper of information. Like I just shared with you my routine on what I use on my face and why I look the way it looks. If I got information that can go out there and help somebody, I'm going to share it. That's just me. I thank you guys for taking the time to listen. I thank you for taking the time to love me. I thank you for thinking enough of me. Thank you for listening to my amazing voice, because truly God gave it to me. And this voice came from, it wasn't something I gave to myself. It was just through a lot of hurt and a lot of pain, through cheerleading, through dancing, through coaching, through public speaking, through working in corporate America, from having allergies and asthma. I'm just telling you, I take what I have and I make something out of it. As our encouraging word, as I always I share with you guys, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am secure, I am worthy, I am possible, I am blessed, I am grateful, I am loved, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am simply here. Thank you guys for listening. I love you. Take care of yourselves and be a blessing and be blessed, okay?